All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on today to elimination. This is chapter 6, section 3. We're going to solve systems of equations by using elimination with addition and subtraction. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I need to first get you in the right mindset to think about making 0. I want you to think about, do I need to add or subtract to make 0 happen? Okay, so let's complete the statements. We're going to fill in the box with what we think we need to do. So 3 and -3. Do you add or subtract? 5 and 5. Do you add or subtract? -x and x. Do you add or subtract? 2x and 2x. Add or subtract? -3 and -3. Add or subtract? What do you got to do to make them equal 0? Okay, so hopefully you've written down what you think. Let's go through and see if you were right. The first one's add. Second one's subtract. Third one's add. Fourth one's subtract. And the fifth one, add. Oop, I even made the mistake. Subtract. -3 minus -3. Remember, keep, change here? If I change those, it really is opposites, and it becomes 0. Okay, so that last one's a really big tricker most of the time. So what we have just done is we've used either addition or subtraction to eliminate the numbers, and that's what this whole method is about. Eliminating numbers. Making something 0, disappear, elimination. So let's give this a run. All right, so we've got a system of equations here. This first one here at the top, I've got -3x plus 4y equals 12 and 3x minus 6y equals 18. Immediately looking at this, you know graphing it would suck. You also know that substitution wouldn't be fun because we'd have to get a variable all by itself, and that would be a pain. So the method is elimination. So what we're going to do is we are going to line these up as if we were in elementary school doing elementary addition. Remember what that's like, right? 123 plus 34. 3 and 4 is 7. 2 and 3 is 5. 1 and nothing is 1. That's what we're talking about. Lining it up, doing the addition or subtraction. So what we're trying to do is make one of the variables disappear. So what we're going to look for is the variables that have the same number in front of them. So we've got a -3 and a 3 here. We wouldn't be eliminating the y's because they have different numbers. So to make the x's disappear, do I need to add them together or subtract them? If you said add, you are dead on. So -3 plus 3 is 0. It disappears. Now all I have to do is add the other bits. What's 4 plus -6? And what's 12 plus 18? And now you have an equation that has no x in it. You only have a y. All you have to do is figure out what y equals by doing some simple equation work here. Bam! We are halfway done with the problem. Now we got to figure out what x equals. So in this case, now we're going to do substitution. Pick whichever equation you want. I'm going to pick the top one just because it's on top and that sounds good to me right now. And I'm going to plug 15 in instead of y because 15 equals y. So that means I'm solving -3x plus 4 times -15 equals 12. Four times -15 is going to give me a -60. Add 60 to both sides. Negative 3x gives me 72. Divide both sides by negative 3. And final answer, x equals 24. So remember, final answer needs to be written as an ordered pair, x, comma, y. All right? Let's try another one. Now that you've got the hang of it, you've seen it, why don't you think about it? I got 3x minus 5y equals 1, and I got 2x plus 5y equals 9. Am I going to eliminate the x or the y value? Eliminate what variable? Eliminate the y. Okay, so we're eliminating y. Am I going to need to add or subtract? By adding. You guys know when I take those long pauses, I want you to actually think about what you want to do, right? That's why I pause, for you to have a chance to think about what to do. All right, so we are going to do addition here. We've got 3x plus 2x, which is 5x. Negative 5y plus 5y disappears. And 1 plus 9, 10. Some quick solving. And we've got our final answer there of the x equals 2. Now we need to find y. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick an equation. I'm going to go with the top one again. 5y equals 1. We're going to substitute in x for x. So we're doing 3 times 2 minus 5y equals 1. Subtract 6 from both sides. Negative 5y equals negative 5. Divide both sides by negative 5. We figure out what y equals. A positive 1. And we have our super duper final answer of 2, 1. I bet you guys are starting to like elimination, aren't you? Some people find it a lot easier than substitution. But remember, we have to have two values that have the same number in front of them for it to work. Alright, so we've done 2 in addition now. Let's try some subtraction. So looking at this one here, just gave you a hint. What operation do we need to do? Okay, so looks like the x's are the ones that are going to be easy to eliminate. And you're right, we're going to do subtraction. Now, subtraction gets really hard for people because you always have to keep in mind that you are subtracting. So 4x minus 4x disappears. Now we're going to do 2y minus negative 3. Sometimes it helps if you write to the side. That would be a keep, change, change, so we're actually adding there. That's going to give us 5y. And then we're doing 28 minus 18, which gives us 10. Some quick solving. And y equals 2. Now we just have to find x. I've gone with the top one a lot here. Let's go with the bottom one this time. So we're going to need a little space here. 4x minus 3y, which is 2, equals 18. 4x minus 6 equals 18. Add 6 to both sides. 4x equals 24. Divide both sides by 4. X equals 6. Final answer, 6, 2. X, y. Alright, why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video and try this second one all by yourselves. Pause it, I dare you. Do it all by yourselves. Alright, now that you're back with me, let's see how you did. I hope that you subtracted, thinking about keep, change, because we're going to end up doing negative 2y minus a negative 2y. which is the opposite, and it'll give us our 0 that we need. Okay, so we're subtracting here. 9x minus 1x, oops, I have my eraser on still there, minus 1x, that's going to give us 8x. That disappears, and 30 minus 14 gives us 16. Some quick solving, and x is equal to 2. I'm going to go with the second equation because I think it's easier, so we can substitute in. Instead of x, we'll write 2 minus 2y equals 14. Subtract 2 from both sides. Divide both sides by a negative 2. Y equals negative 6. So we've got our final answer there of 2 comma negative 6. Did you get it right? I hope so. All right. So you guys are in luck today. No word problems. I'll get you with that on Monday. And we're only doing 4 problems for homework, so you should have a pretty easy night. One thing I want to make sure that you do is write whether you used addition or subtraction to eliminate what variable. So let me do an example of exactly what I want you to write in number 1. Are we going to do addition or subtraction in number 1? In number 1, we are going to subtract to eliminate p, and then go ahead and solve the equation for m and p. Now, the other thing that's going to be tricky here is the m's and the p and which order to write it in your parentheses, but it's just alphabetical order. M comma p, f comma g, a comma b, x comma y. Okay? That'll make your lives easier. Good luck. Have a good night.